Good evening, trustees, staff, members of the public who are joining us this evening for the April 7th, 2026 Public Board meeting. I just want to recognize our Confederation partners also with us tonight. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining our Public Board meeting. Trustee Jenny Chen sent her regrets, and tonight with us we have all trustees. We have Trustee Wright, Trustee Mahmood, Trustee Cohen, Trustee Dr. Sinclair, Trustee Callan Butterworth, Trustee Lin, Student Trustee Jason, Student Trustee Hayden, Indigenous Trustee Dylan, Trustee Law, Trustee Chen, Trustee Liang, and Trustee Kolosowski. We have online with us, we have Trustee McCarthy with us as well. This meeting is called to order, and I'm glad to invite Trustee Wright to help us to provide the land acknowledgement for this evening Public Board meeting.
Thank you, Chair. We affirm that we are all treaty people and acknowledge that the York Region District School Board is located on the lands of 2 treaties. These treaties have been signed by the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the First Nations of the Williams Treaties, who are the Mississaugas of Alderville, Curve Lake, Hiawatha, Scugog Island, and the Chippewas of Beausoleil, Rama and Georgina Island, who is our closest neighbor and partner in education. To honor this agreement, we will take up our responsibility to be respectful to the traditions, knowledge, and inherent rights as sovereign nations. We will respect their relationship with these lands and recognize that our connection to this land is through the continued relationship with these First Nations, and we acknowledge our shared responsibility to respect and care for the land and waters for future generations.
Thank you, Trustee Wright, for the beautiful land acknowledgement. Moving along, we will have a video of the student performing of the Canadian National Anthem will be shared. Please stand if you are able to. National Anthem from the Herbert Carnegie Public School. Thank you very much for the student for the beautiful performance. Without objection, the agenda as written shall be adopted. Is there any objection, trustees? On page 1 and 2 of our agenda public package. The agenda is adopted. At this time, the chair would like to ask any trustee who has a direct personal interest or direct or indirect pecuniary interest in any matter being discussed by the board during this meeting to state the conflict and nature thereof. Seeing none, the chair would recognize Vice Chair McCarthy to rise and report. Vice Chair McCarthy, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to rise and report the following recommendation and move its adoption without objection. That the York Region District School Board receive the minutes and approve the recommendations of the March 31st, 2026 Governance and Board Organization Committee meeting. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair McCarthy. Without objection, the recommendation shall be adopted. Is there any objection? The recommendation adopted. Thank you very much. After March break, we don't have our applause, and it will be resumed in the coming month again. And we're looking forward for celebrating our student, our staff success in the public forum. So I just want to remind my colleagues, if you have any recommendation, please talk to your field superintendent so that we can always recognize our staff and students following our awards and recognition policy. Thank you so much. We will move along to special announcement, and I'd like to invite Trustee Mahmood to speak to this month, Heritage Month.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The month of April marks the Sikh Heritage Month, providing an opportunity to learn more about and reflect on the rich history and culture of the Sikh community. It's a time to recognize the traditions and values that have shaped the Sikh faith over centuries. This month also includes the celebration of Vaisakhi, which marks the creation of the Khalsa and the Sikh articles of faith, known as Khalsa Day. Vaisakhi is also widely celebrated by the Sikh Canadians across Ontario. Many of Ontario's Sikh community members live in York Region and the Greater Toronto Area. During this month, there will be various events and activities that allow students to learn more about their culture and history. The board's Inclusive School and Community Services and the Sikh Heritage Educators Voice Alliance are hosting a Sikh Heritage Month event later this month to honor the contributions of the Sikh community in Canada. The evening will celebrate Sikh culture, history, and identity through educational displays, music, and opportunities for community connections. This event, taking place at the Emily Kerr Secondary School, is open to students, families, staff, and community members to attend. Sikh students are proud of their heritage. Sikh Canadians have made and continue to make many contributions to Ontario's social, economic, political, and cultural fabric. In honor of the history, culture, and contribution of the Sikh community, I'm happy to recognize and celebrate April as Sikh Heritage Month in YRDSB. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Mahmood. Sikh students, families are valuable members of the YRDSB community, and we appreciate you recognize Sikh Heritage Month tonight. And I'd like to pass the following time for my colleagues to see if anyone would like to share any special announcement for their for the past month. I recognize that we have a March break, but I just also want to provide an opportunity to any one of my colleagues to provide any special announcement or event in their community. I'd like to recognize Trustee Butterworth.
Sorry, thank you, Chair. So I just wanted to highlight that on, I forget the date, oh my goodness. It was the end of March. I attended the Post-Secondary Accessibility Fair at Mulock Secondary School, and this was a very well-attended event. Many colleges and universities were there to help families with children with IEPs and special needs and so on, to help them navigate this next pathway in their lives. And families learned a lot about accessibility services that are available at these post-secondary institutions, and it was a really rewarding experience for many families. I was able to speak to many families, and they were absolutely thrilled, scared, but thrilled that this was, opportunity was available, and they could actually speak to people from specific colleges, universities, skilled trades places as well. So highly recommend that we continue to do this. I'm sure we will, but it was so well attended and had such great feedback. So I really want to thank Student Services, Wendy and her team, and whoever else was involved with you, because I know there were many hands in this. It was absolutely fabulous. And it gave parents confidence that, these places are listening yes, your kid might have a different pathway. Yes, your child might have, an IEP and whatever, but there is a place for them, and that was the message that they received. So it was a great evening, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Butterworth, for sharing this beautiful initiative and event happening. Any other trustee want to share any? Not seeing any. Okay, we will come back again next month to share what happened for us in April. Moving along, I'd like to invite our student trustee to present the monthly board report. We have student trustee Jason and student trustee Hayden. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Director, trustees, staff, students, and members of the public. It is an incredible privilege to be joined by Jason to deliver April's student trustee board report and to continuously champion the perspectives of the students of the York Region District School Board. To begin, on March 25th, the York Region President's Council were proud to host our March General Assembly at Thornley Secondary School. A major focus of discussion was curriculum. Students highlighted strong concerns about inconsistency within grading practices across schools and departments. And students also mentioned how marks can wildly be influenced by individual teacher preferences rather than a standardized approach. This can have strong ramifications on the futures of our students when marks can vary teacher to teacher, and while post-secondary results can be determined by a few percentage points, it means being assigned an easier teacher can change the trajectory of a student's success. We also heard students advocate for more credit recovery days, extra work periods, and optional assignments to boost marks and lower stress during the school year. We also heard a strong call to implement yearly surveys to hopefully gather student feedback on specifically courses and also the learning styles of our students. Before I pass it on to Jason, I would also like to give a huge shout out to Thornley Secondary School and their student council, especially their president, Hannah. Hannah has not only been attending most of this year's YRPC events, but also most of the YRPC's events for the past 4 years. Thornley has been one of the strongest cheerleaders of the YRPC, and we're so happy to have them host this month's General Assembly. Hannah brought the entire Thornley Student Council and showed their school's spirit. Now on to Jason.
All right, thank you, Hayden. As students return from their long weekend, we hope everyone has the opportunity to rest and recharge. We recognize this is a demanding time with midterms, so we encourage students to take care of themselves, lean on their peers and educators, and remember that their hard work does not go unnoticed. During this time, we're also reminded of the importance of maintaining a balance between academic achievement and well-being. As pressure increases, it is crucial that students feel supported, not only in their learning, but also in their overall school experience. Small actions, whether checking in on a friend, reaching out for help, or taking time to rest, can make a meaningful difference as we navigate these final months together. And looking ahead, we have 2 exciting upcoming events to share. We are thrilled to announce that our April General Assembly will be held on April 22 at Stephen Lewis Secondary School, and we look forward for another engaging evening of student-driven discussion and advocacy. Shortly after, on Friday, May 1st, we'll be hosting our biannual student outreach meeting at the YRDSB Center for Leadership and Learning. This meeting will bring together student representatives from every secondary school, with each school sending 4 students to participate in large-scale discussion surrounding key issues. And this is a valuable opportunity to gather diverse perspectives from across the region and ensure that a wide range of student voices are reflected in our work. And on behalf of the student trustees, we remain steadfast in our commitment to championing student voices at every level. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason and Hayden, for the uplifting update for March. Especially, I heard that definitely the academic and the well-being is always something important that we want to balance. And thank you to Thornley for hosting this annual event again. Looking forward for continue to do everything that we can. I hear that you talk about pathway a little bit. I just want to thank you to all of our staff that have hosting multiple pathway events for various different student groups. That is truly appreciated. And those are very important for, as Trustee Butterworth have mentioned, that the pathway for our YRDSB student is limitless. And we want to ensure that students have their best potential. Remember, 2 years ago, we launched that, still remember the website that we have, the student pathway for different special skill, and that is still in our public-facing website. So thank you for continue the good work. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Moving along, I would like to recognize Trustee Mahmood to provide an OPSPA public report. Trustee Mahmood, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a few updates from OPSPA to be presented here. This year's AGM, as it was announced earlier, will be held in Ottawa on June 4th and 4th to 6th, and the registration is open for members to sign up. There are a number of things which will happen at, the regular agenda item, but then there are policy resolution and bylaw amendments. Suggestions are open, and the member boards can send any of the changes up till April 13th. Similarly, there will be election of chair, vice chair, chair of BTC, chair of FNIMTC, regional chairs, and the deadline to submit their nominations is May the 6th for this as well. So regional quarterly meeting, which are held for OSPA regional meetings, it was scheduled for our Northeast region to be held on coming weekend, but it has been postponed and moved to May 2nd now. For those members who were planning to attend or not attend, now may have availability, so they can look into that as well. Similarly, the health, as we was talking about the annual AGM, so the annual Healthy Democracy Student Leadership Award, which is partners between Association of Municipalities, also known as AMO, and OPSPA. They usually award a $1,000 scholarship to the students who are leaders in their, or exemplify that the leadership skills and potential they have it in their own communities and furthering their own learning. There's $1,000 scholarship. There are 6 of them available, 1 in each region, and they will be, the nominations are open till May 25th for this purpose as well. This year's OPSPA's Education, Labor Relations and Human Resources Symposium will be taking place on Thursday, the April 23rd, and Friday, April 24th at Sheraton as well. Members who are interested, they are asked to register now. Last but not least, if you remember last time, I presented that OPSPA was going through a number of changes, and the reason behind it was that OPSPA was navigating significant financial and governance challenges because of the ministry directive. Their current year's revenue has dropped 25% because some of the member boards who were under supervision, they were asked not to pay the OPSPA membership fees, which has resulted in 25% budget reduction. With all other changes that are going on, so OPSPA had to take some measure as well to see that how we can reduce the in-year deficit, and then going forward will not have to incur that. So this year they may have to lean on a small amount of reserve they would have to use, but going forward we have planned and then approved the changes. So these changes are related to primarily on the governance structure, which is going to reduce the overall governance cost by 80%, which involves some drastic changes. So they looked at short-term, long-term mitigations, some of the immediate processes. So some meetings were moved completely online so that to reduce the presence and then not to incur the costs of the hotel stay and other costs associated with that. Similarly, some of the work has been offloaded to the regionals now, so regional meetings will be more productive and then bringing back a lot of more discussions and input to that. In addition to that, the board structure has been now revised in order to align with all other NPOs, which is non-for-profit organization elsewhere. So instead of 52 to 53 member boards, now we have only 17 to 18 members who will serve as the board of directors for that. And the composition of that is also changed a little bit. There would not be any executive council. So a number of other things have happened. I'm just giving you a little bit summary of that as well. For example, changing the term of a regional chairs and vice chairs from 1 year to 2 years, that will be effective now. And some regional structure update, which now instead of 5, there will be 6 regions as well, which OPSPA will be serving. As I said earlier, they're expanding the role of regional councils as well. That will effectively be taking place. All this will result into going forward, not to dip into any of deficit or to reserve to make sure that we can run OPSPA as the voice for public education in the province. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Mahmood, for bringing the provincial update with us from OPSPA. Interesting time, and I also received some email from OPSPA as well regarding some of the meetings that's upcoming up. The regional, the AGM, and labor symposium. I do remember that at the PAS, we discussed about how locally each of the jurisdiction is going to give the central the recommendation that they can better represent all the school board within OPSA. So thank you for those update to the Board of Trustees, and looking forward for any information that you're going to share. Thank you. Moving along, Chair, I'd like to recognize Director Cooper to provide your information report. Mr. Director, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's my pleasure to share some updates from across our system over the last month. I want to start with a celebration, really, around 90 secondary students from across the York Region District School Board representing core French and French immersion programs. They recently participated in a long-standing French public speaking initiative supported by Canadian Parents for French and organized by YRDSB educators and schools. The board-level competition provided students with an authentic opportunity to demonstrate confidence, creativity, and oral communication skills in French. And I'm thrilled to share this because Trustee Chen and I had a conversation. He was recently in dialogue with a number of officials from Taiwan and was talking about how we instruct French in the province of Ontario, and specifically how we deliver French instruction in the York Region District School Board. And he was asking me some questions in regard to our French immersion program and to our core French program, and was celebrating how well our students speak French with some of the folks from Taiwan. And so I thought it's really ironic that I get the opportunity to share this, because following the competition, 23 students qualified to advance to the upcoming Ontario provincial portion of the program hosted by the Canadian Parents for French at York University's Glendon College campus. And these students will proudly represent the York Region District School Board as they present prepared impromptu speeches alongside peers from across the province celebrating excellence in the French language and leadership and bilingualism. So Trustee Chen, there's an opportunity to share another excellent celebration with our folks from Taiwan and how we go about bilingualism here in York Region. In alignment with the board's multi-year strategic plan and our district action plan, a collaboration staff from curriculum and instructional services, along with inclusive school and community services and student services, are working better to support school-based staff through consultants from these departments engaged in shared professional learning, focused on knowing their learner and strengthening advocacy and building strong partnerships with families and caregivers. Often we work to make sure that we get the supports and resources in place for families, and it's giving the opportunity for staff that are frontline having these conversations with families so they have these supports. This cross-departmental approach continues to ensure that regardless of which department school staff connect with, they receive consistent messages and have access to shared resources and clearly understand the supports that are available and how to access them. And we continually grow our repertoire of supports and resources, as you can imagine, with our partnerships and community agencies. And so I just want to thank these departments for their collaboration and their work to grow this. Recently, some folks have commented and want to share the good news that we're excited to join the Black History Month celebration event at Middlefield through our Museum and Archives group, and Dr. Dennison. The museum provided information to staff and students and community members on their current research and development on their project Beyond the Story of Number 2 Construction Battalion, funded by Veteran Affairs Canada, and we're really excited to get that funding. Participants at the event were excited to see the new upcoming resources that will be available for elementary and secondary schools to borrow in the upcoming school year. You may be aware we have upcoming history curriculum revisions for the upcoming school year. The new history curriculum revisions for grades 7, 8, and 10 are now available on the province's Ministry of Education website, and full implementation of the updated curriculum is scheduled for the 26-27 school year, and this provides and allows educators time to prepare. The updates are intended to strengthen learning on the contributions of Black individuals and communities to Canada, and in grade 10, added new expectations related to extreme ideologies, the Holocaust and rising anti-Semitism, and the Holodomor. The ministry has provided resources to support educators in implementing these changes, including a series of webinars and a document of key changes. Our board's social studies, history, geography, social science, and humanities team in curriculum and instructional services continues to support educators by providing professional learning and resources that advance a Black-affirming curriculum and counter narratives and strengthen instruction on Jewish communities in Canada and Holocaust education through community partnerships. And we continue to grow those community partnerships, and I want to thank our teams for that. Although it doesn't feel like summer today, the elementary summer learning program, the board is on track to offer a variety of summer learning programs for elementary students that support academic reinforcement, well-being, and pathways to secondary school. And these offerings provide a variety of inclusive credit earning and enrichment opportunities that support learning, leadership development, and successful transitions for students from kindergarten through grade 8. And if anyone's asking you, the registration information is available on the board website. And for our secondary summer learning programs, a wide range of secondary programs, including acceleration courses, allowing students to earn a new credit or upgrade a previously completed credit, are available for secondary students. And programs will be delivered through in-person, remote, synchronous, and fully online asynchronous learning models to meet the diverse learning needs and desires of our students. In-person and remote programs will begin at the end of June, with classes held at multiple secondary school sites or virtually. And new this year, summer school is being offered in July and August. Students can complete one course per month. Course availability will be dependent on enrollment and staffing. More information is available on the board website or through our school guidance departments. I want to thank a number of folks that participated in our World Autism Month flag raising celebration here at the board office this morning. Despite the cold weather, we were thrilled and excited to launch World Autism Month on April 2nd. It launched on April 2nd in collaboration with Autism Ontario, a community partner and member of the Special Education Advisory Committee. Through Autism Ontario's Celebrate the Spectrum campaign, the board aims to highlight the strengths, contributions, and lived experiences of people from the autistic community while fostering more inclusive and supporting learning environments for our students with autism. The York Region District School Board continues to move from awareness toward inclusion and acceptance by emphasizing celebration of the diverse strengths across the autism spectrum, which was highly on display here today as we did our flag raising, as our students raised our flags. Schools are encouraged to engage in learning that reinforces the importance of person-centered language, understanding, and acceptance, ensuring that students with autism are seen, respected, and affirmed in every school community. Educator toolkits, recommended books, and videos are available on the board's intranet site. And today's celebration was a wonderful example of that, and thrilled with the students' participation from neighboring schools today, which was terrific. And yes, we are in our budget consultation process time. As we're all aware, York Region District School Board is inviting families and community members to participate in the annual budget consultation process. The process includes opportunities to provide input through a virtual information session and an online survey. The consultation process provides staff with important information as to how the community would like the school board budget to be allocated to support student achievement and well-being. And the online survey, as everyone is aware, is open and available until April 17th. And the results from these consultations help inform the 26-27 school budget year allocations in alignment with the Ministry of Education funding program that we work through each and every year. And finally, April is National Volunteer Month. We're thrilled and honored in the York Region District School Board to have so many volunteers support public education here in York Region and provide supports that strengthen our student experience in our schools and in our communities. April is National Volunteer Month, and we'd like to thank the many selfless individuals who dedicate their time and skills to volunteer in our over 180 schools. Their work helps make a huge difference in classrooms, makes them safe, provides an enriching student experience in our schools where students and staff can succeed together and enjoy the school life experience together. Volunteers contribute every day to student achievement and well-being, and their contributions are truly appreciated by all staff and all students. And it's wonderful to recognize our volunteers in National Volunteer Month. And Mr. Chair, that is my report for this month. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Lots of action happening over the past month, and thanks for sharing all the initiative. Invite my colleagues to visit the YRDSB Museum. I remember last board meeting after one of my colleagues, Trustee Butterworth, was sharing a really antique book of curriculum document from one of the really old members of the community. And I find it very grateful that they are giving us resource to continue build our museum and archive, which located in Woodbine and Apple Creek, which I have had the opportunity to visit with Trustee Law a few years ago. I invite all to drop by as a school or as a class. I did remember that we do have a school arranging classes to visit for their history learning. So that's very nice. The summer learning, yes, we are encouraging. Board of trustees are letting the community know that we have a variety of summer program. Ranging from the elementary summer, grade A reaching ahead, all the way to the secondary credit program. So those are great, annually provided by staff member from our board. Thank you so much. I think this is good. I will move on to the next item, and we have to approve quite a few minutes from the previous. March 3rd, 2026 public board meeting, page 9 to 17 of the agenda package. I just want to let my colleagues to go through that very quickly. Page 9 to 7 is our March 3rd, 2026 public board meetings. Are there any corrections to the minutes, colleagues? I'm just looking at it. As there are no corrections, the minutes are approved as presented. Moving along, we have a few routine recommendation to the board. On page 19 to 54, policy and bylaw standing committees. Page 55 to 56, learning equity wellbeing committee. 57 to 73, GBOP, March 31st, 2026, and 75 to 77, Finance and Property Standing Committee. A couple of highlights I just want to let the members of the public and colleagues to refresh. We talk about Policy 250 and Policy 540. 250 is violence prevention, and the 540 is health and safety. And we have also another good policy meeting earlier this afternoon. At the Learning Equity Standing Committee, we went through two important agenda items. The year number 4 of our DEBRA's, Dismantling Anti-Black Racism Strategy. And we have had a great discussion, input, exchanges with committee members. We also talk about the Math Action Plan, how we going to continue to support our community and our students that we serve. At the Finance and Property Standing Committee, Director have mentioned earlier, the 26-27 budget consultation is on the horizon, and I invite members of the public, families to participate, and we will have a virtual consultation on April the 13th, and we have another 4 days before. This has started at the end of March, so I heard from staff that we have been receiving a very, very strong and healthy number of response from family and staff, and continue to do that so that it could inform staff and the Board of Trustees for proper allocation. Moving along, we will, before that, let me see if I need to approve that. Yes, so this routine recommendation are here for our approval as one consent motion. On page, on the policy 250, there are minor change on two one-word changes, minor revision, and the correct version has been distributed to all colleagues earlier. Without objection, the recommendation shall be adopted. Are there any objections? Without objection, the recommendation are adopted. Thank you to all committee members, parents, families, staff, and trustee member who are sitting in various different standing committees. Truly appreciate it. Moving along, we will look into the receipt of two advisory committees. We are in receipt of this page 79 to 89. We have two advisory committee last month. We have SEAC, 79 to 84, and we have a PEAC, page 85 to 89. Any committee members like to share any of the update, please feel free to provide any update. Trustee Butterworth, I'd like you to provide us with some update from SEAC. Yeah, thank you. Take your time.
Sorry, I had the page and then I flipped it. Here we go. So, as always, I like to highlight the spotlight at, that was brought up at the SEAC meeting, and this is one of my favorite parts of the meeting. And we looked at Richmond Hill Secondary School, a community class there, and they have a program called Gardening for Good, and it's a food program, and basically students are learning how to grow plants, and they're cooking, and they're combining their math and reading skills, and I thought it was really cool. They had the recipes in pictures, so they were able to make things. It was accessible for them because they could follow the recipe by following the pictures, and they were learning about how to name plants, so when they look at them, they could, you know, pick out what the plant was and name it. So I thought, hey, that's a great skill, especially as you get older and you're gardening, whatever, you know what they're talking about. So anyway, it was lovely to see, and the kids were really engaged. And again, it just shows that when we make accommodations and make it accessible, that anybody can be part of it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Butterworth, for the SEAC highlight. For PEAC, I have not visited PEAC for a while, and I visited last time, and I think we have two very good presentation. Again, we present on the budget to share with families. what we are looking into for 26 and 27s. And more interestingly as well, and also importantly, we also talk about the artificial intelligence rollout to families, which has started rolling out starting March. And in the upcoming PX Symposium, I understand that Central Principal will continue to lead us through on how to help staff member, family, student to navigate through this AI era. So that was very good and educational. So thank you for that. That's a brief highlight from PET. I also want to highlight that in the next month or so, we will be receiving different advisory committees' input to our budget consultation. Every year, we have to go through that annual process that the three advisory, special education, equity, inclusivity, and parent engagement advisory committee will inform the board and present a report to the board that how we're going to allocate 26 and 27 budget. So looking forward for that. There is no new business at this time, and the meetings and events list is here for our information on page 91 and 92. On all the April and May meeting, we have a lot coming up. And this concludes tonight's agenda. I just want to thank everybody, and thank you to all the trustee, members of the public, staff, senior team, and this meeting is adjourned. Have a great evening.